Okay, so welcome back, everybody. We're trying something a little different for this deep dive.
Uh-huh.
We're only looking at one source today,
Okay.
but it's a really, really interesting one. Have you heard that song "Me Problem" by Sarah Beth?
I have, yeah.
It's been really popular,
Mm.
kind of earworm, it gets stuck in your head.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
But the thing that's really gotten me about it is when you actually listen to the lyrics,
Right.
they're about some pretty heavy relationship stuff.
Yeah. I think.
And it got me thinking about
Mm.
all this kind of messy,
Yeah.
complicated,
Yeah.
relationship things that we've all probably experienced at some point or another, right?
Oh, absolutely. Music is so powerful for tapping into these universal experiences.
Yeah.
And I think this song in particular, it's almost like, you're getting an X-ray of a relationship that's completely gone off the rails,
Oh, yeah.
but where one person just can't seem to let go.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like I was thinking about, there's that one line.
Okay.
It's like, I lose parts of myself to keep you whole.
Right.
It's heartbreaking.
Oh, for sure.
What is going on there psychologically?
Well, I mean, that line, when I hear that, that's like a huge red flag for codependency.
Oh.
It's not just about needing to be needed, It goes way deeper than that.
Okay.
A lot of times there's this underlying belief
Mm-hmm.
that your worth as a person, like how good you feel about yourself, is all about how much you can sacrifice for someone else.
Oh, wow.
And what's so interesting in these lyrics that she shows the push and pull.
Yeah.
On the one hand, she knows it's toxic, she calls it out, right?
Right, yeah.
But then on the other hand, there's that line about feeling lost in the chaos, but it's a chaos she controls.
Yeah. Yeah. So there's control even within the dysfunction, right?
Yeah. I mean, that really stood out to me too.
It's fascinating. And it kind of makes me think about how we can actually get hooked on the drama of these really bad relationships. Yeah, it's almost like an addiction.
Well, you're definitely hitting on something really, really important there. I mean, addiction is a very real thing.
Right.
But codependency can be like that too,
Right, yeah.
And a lot of times codependency, it actually has its roots in early childhood, experiences and how we learn to attach to other people.
Interesting.
So if someone grows up feeling like, they're not seen or they're not that important, not cared for, they might end up seeking validation in some really extreme ways.
Wow.
Even if it means getting into these relationships that aren't good for them.
Yeah.
And then what happens is the brain actually gets wired,
Oh, wow.
to find a sort of comfort, but it's a twisted kind of comfort in those patterns that are familiar, even if they cause pain, right?
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
But there's another line in the song that really, really stood out to me.
Yeah.
She sings, "Even when you're cruel, I feel seen."
Right.
How does that fit into this whole picture we're talking about?
I think that line is incredibly powerful,
Yeah.
It speaks volumes about what's going on inside her. It's like this deep need to be seen, to be acknowledged, to matter to someone. It can be so strong that even negative attention, even when someone's treating you badly, can actually feel validating.
Wow.
Because at least they're seeing you, right?
Yeah.
And it's a really sad reflection of how low self-esteem can trap someone in this cycle.
Oh, yeah.
Where they're constantly trying to get their worth from someone who's actually putting them down.
Yeah. This is heavy stuff,
It is, yeah.
It really makes you think about, why is it so hard to break free from these relationships?
Right.
Even when, you recognize the problem, it seems like she does in this song.
Yeah, I think a big part of it is that, what's familiar often feels safer than facing the unknown. And when you end a relationship, any relationship, even if it's toxic, you're going to be faced with this void, Yeah. There's also just a lot of pressure from society, to make relationships work.
Yeah.
To not give up.
Totally.
And all of that together, can make it feel almost impossible to walk away.
Yeah.
Even when, in your head that you should.
And it's not just romantic relationships, right?
Not at all.
It's, I'm thinking about friends, family members.
Yeah.
We've probably all known people who just keep getting sucked back into these unhealthy dynamics over and over again.
Absolutely. This song, it's like a microcosm of a pattern that plays out in all sorts of relationships,
Right.
And I think the first step is recognizing the signs, that constant need to sacrifice yourself, the emotional ups and downs, that feeling of being trapped.
Yeah.
That's the first step.
So where do we go from there? Like once we recognize it, how do we actually break the cycle?
It's not easy, that's for sure.
Right.
But it starts with self-awareness.
Okay.
Like, really pay attention to those red flags in your own relationships.
Yeah.
Ask yourself, am I giving up too much of myself?
Right.
Am I looking for validation in ways that are actually hurting me? And remember, there's no shame in asking for help, Professional help can give you tools and support to build healthier relationships and a stronger sense of self-worth.
Sarah Beth's song definitely gave us a lot to think about today.
It really did.
It's kind of crazy, like even a catchy pop song can offer these like really profound insights.
I think so.
Into being human.
I agree. And you know what? I think the next time you hear a song that really resonates with you, like on a deeper level, like this one, let it be an invitation to really look at your own relationships.
That's a good pick.
You might be surprised by what you discover about yourself.
That's a great takeaway. All right, everybody, thanks for joining us on this deep dive.
Thanks for having me.
And we'll see you next time.